The Marquette County chapter of Habitat for Humanity is facing some criticism from a local woman who was removed from the program due to a change in circumstance. ABC 10's Kevin Terpstra has more.
Habitat for Humanity approved Jessica Wilson's application in March of 2013, which Wilson called a blessing. Within a couple of months of signing the contract, a youth group from a church in downstate Hastings came up and spent a week putting up the walls of the house.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was more than willing to jump on the bandwagon and help for Habitat for Humanity. It seemed like a great, well-established, well-run, well-managed program. So November is when the building season really started to begin. We had a meeting with all the partner families and we established a work schedule. We all signed the same contract saying that we would all work together to build houses for each other. Well, months went by and I still was the only one who ever showed up to work.
With help from family and friends, Wilson said they got the house to the point when appliances could start being installed, but then another problem arose.
It very clearly says in the contract they'll stop construction if the partner families stop working, okay? But that was not what happened. The partner families from the previous building season were not paying their mortgage, so they weren't getting any money back, and they were spending all this money on construction of my house.
Wilson said they stopped construction, and sometime later she was called into a meeting with the executive director of the Habitat for Humanity Marquette County chapter to discuss her finances.
I walked into the office and I could just tell they had some bad news for me. You know, you can just tell. And they proceeded to tell me that they have changed basically how the families are accepted into the program. So when I first applied last March and was accepted and signed the contract, it didn't say anything about my debt to income ratio. Okay, my debt was never brought into play at all. It's always been there. It's not new. There was no change. What changed was Habitat's qualifications. And reading through the contract, actually, it says right in here that they can change the rules at any time. And if they do and you no longer qualify, then they said we have the right to terminate you as a partner family.
Wilson's student loan debt, part of which she said is in deferment, wasn't a factor when she originally signed the contract, but a change in federal law mandates that even deferred loans must now be considered. Wilson said she put in over 130 hours helping to build 2 houses and wasn't thanked for her time. She said she doesn't think Habitat should be able to change its rules arbitrarily, but at the end of the day, she just wants a thank you for her time and one other thing.
I guess I don't want to seem like the bad guy at all. I feel like a victim, and I just would like an apology, so.
We spoke with Habitat for Humanity, who said Wilson was removed from the program due to a change in her financial situation and no longer met the eligibility guidelines. They said if her financial situation improves, she may reapply. Executive Director for the Marquette County chapter, Mike Shimon, also mentioned that Wilson is the first person they've had to remove from the program in his 15 years with the organization. For ABC 10 and CW5 News, I'm Kevin Terpstra.